who do we have out there now? Can we tell? We got a couple, and I see some antlers there for sure. So that is definitely a couple of bucks. That big one looks like TC. Now, I'm just wondering where his son, Mr. Forrest, is. I haven't seen Forrest in several days. He is staying away from the house a lot. And he comes in, he'll come in and eat. Well, as I look out this way, I do find the other deer. There's two. I thought that for a second I could see a chartreuse collar on that deer. I don't. I think that's just TC. The other two deer are there. I don't know. That's a really big deer like Forrest. The other two deer are right there. That's the smaller one that's got nice nubbins starting to grow. There's one that we cannot see the head. I can't see. I saw the head there. I can see the head a little bit, but couldn't see the neck where it might have a collar. Forrest likes to run around with his father, TC. And that is TC right there, I believe. I just thought, now wait a minute. It looks to me like that might be Forrest, because I think I'm seeing that collar way back on his shoulders. Am I seeing that? I really believe I am. So I need to get out there with some carrots. But I've got a dental appointment here shortly. I need to take a look at him through some binoculars and see, but I think that is Mr. Forrest. And it looks like there is a collar that slipped way back on his shoulders. It's stretched out real wide. So I probably need to get out there and pull that down anyway. I'd like to get a fresh collar on him, but that's going to be a rodeo. But I got to get it on him pretty quick. It's going to be hard to get over. But I believe that's my man Forrest right there. I believe it is. I thought I saw that slide. It's stretched out pretty wide. We could try to get it back down around his neck. It's got to be a little uncomfortable there to him too, maybe, because it's a women's headband. It's soft. It's real stretchable, and so I ain't not hurting it all, obviously, but I need to get that thing down right. Now here are two more bucks. One of them's a little buddy, the one to the left, the one on the right. I don't really know who that is, but you can see he's got some nice nubbins going as well. That might be Buddy there. I don't know that one on the right. Don't really know who it is. So that's $5 that showed up here this morning. And I haven't seen any bucks at all in a few days. I've been gone a couple days, and we had guests in fishing for a day. And so, but yeah, but nubbins are beginning to show up pretty good. I'll try to get out there. I've got to go to Springfield, Missouri, and we're really, really busy right now. It's just all there is to it. And have very little time to. The deer are probably here some when I'm not, obviously. But so that's $5 this morning. So that's really good. We like to see that. And those bucks will start taking shape, and we'll be able to tell who's who pretty quickly, because the nubbins are growing out. Forrests are really big around, and I believe that was Forrest I saw a little bit earlier. And his is really big around. But that little buck over there is a smaller buck, I believe. But I think that might be Buddy right there. And we see Buddy about every day. Buddy's around all the time. I mean, I've seen him several times. So that's something running with him. You can see the nubbins popping out on him. That's probably that deer's first horns coming up, maybe his second horns. But it's looking really good. So we're beginning to see some antlers. They might have a few more before the week's out. But we don't have a lot of days. We'll be gone tomorrow. So we'll have to leave early, and we won't be back until the next day. So we won't really have a whole lot of antlers to look at, but hopefully maybe this evening before dark I might be able to get out there. I've got a pretty busy day today, but hopefully I can get out and look around a little bit. I'd like to take a look at the garden, see if we got anything coming up out of the ground. We have seeds in the ground, and I think maybe the squash should be coming up. I think they come up first. I'm not positive, but that's just going from my memory, which is not the greatest anymore. I don't know what we have all out there, but we have a goodly bunch of deer, I promise you that. It's a pretty good little bunch out there, and I believe, I just can't really tell for sure if those are does or fawns. does and fawns, or if those are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them out there. Or if we have some bucks in there, I'll zoom out there and we'll see what we can see. But it's a good little bunch of deer. Looky there, looky there, looky there. I'm kind of thinking, I believe that's Buddy right there. It's just hard to tell. It just got deer everywhere. That looks like Buddy. I think that, by golly, that may look like all, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm seeing some nubbins. Look at that. Pretty good little bunch of deer. And I think some of them has some nubbins on them. They may, well, it's hard to tell. Just looking, they look like bucks. But it can't, it's got nubbins on it for sure. There's a half a dozen deer right there. And I'm just not sure what all they are. There's at least a half a dozen. There may be more than that. But there's at least a half a dozen deer there. And they may all be bucks. It may not be. I don't know. Look at that. That's a doe, isn't it? That one in the middle. That a big old fat doe right there in the middle? I believe so. I think both of those right there are bucks. God put, that's a buck right there behind, isn't it? God put antlers on some of them. But he's got us in this time of the year right here where we can't tell the difference without getting up a little bit closer than we are. Looks pretty nice though, doesn't it? That's a good little bunch of deer. That's more deer than I've been seeing out there, that's for sure. With all the greens, there hadn't been that many deer coming around. That one right there, that's got a green tag. It looks like, that looks like Buddy's green tag. I think maybe it is. Now that's a little buck for sure. I think it's bucks and does both is what it is. I think we have bucks and does both in that little bunch. They sure are definitely enjoying that South Fresh deer food, no doubt about that. That's a buck right there, the one to the right of those two. I think maybe we got a little bit of both back out there. I think that's what that is. A little bit of both. That's definitely a buck. I can see the nubbins. Nubbins are beginning to show fairly decently. I'm sure some of the deer that lost their antlers earlier have pretty good nubbins by now. But that's very, very nice. Very, very nice watching those rascals. Oh, man, I love it. Looks beautiful out there, but it's pretty cool. That's a big old doe right there, though, isn't it? I don't know, though. I think I see some nubbins there. That's a doe. Definitely that's a doe. I think there's does and bucks both. That's what I'm going to say, is there's does and bucks both out there. The boys and the girls at the feeder. That's Buddy for sure, isn't it? No, that's not Buddy. Yeah, we have both. Deer back behind that feeder. Can't see. I think that's Buddy back behind that feeder. We have both girls and boys in that little bunch. Those two there are both bucks. I think that one is that big fat doe. I think that one in the middle is a big old fat doe. Probably going to have twins or triplets. Come on, baby deer, we're ready. Yeah, that's just both there. Oh, mercy. We're getting a little particular, aren't we, boys and girls? Yeah. Yeah. There's 7 deer there. I see 2 off down to the right. And there's 7 there. One's behind the feeder. Yeah, there's 7 deer. That's 5, One went right down there at 6, and there's one back in behind that feeder. See the legs through there? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I knew there was a handful of them out there. I think the girls are PG and the boys are responsible. They are the ones responsible for that.